Welcome back to the No Direction Detail podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Aaron.
We have a fun show lined up for you today. We're going to start off, as we usually do, on a detailing subject that was either emailed or down in the comment section. And we do have an email today. Yep. So we're going to answer those questions at the best we can. And then obviously, because we have no attention span whatsoever, we go off the rails quickly. What do we have planned today?
Well, all right, so we have the Mr. Brian's Neighborhood,
right,
that was sent to us in the email.
Yep.
And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about biggest a-holes in 80s cinema.
Holes. So we did villains already.
Yep.
And now we're just going to talk about it's a difference.
There is a difference, and it's I'm excited to have this conversation because just because you're a villain doesn't necessarily make you an a-hole.
Right, and you don't have to be a villain to be an a-hole in a movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of times
I have some real good ones here. I don't even think you'd be surprised what I came up with.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Me too.
And Mailroom Tim shows up, and he does not disappoint. Once again, I have no idea where he gets his information from.
I look forward to that.
And since we're on the subject of
nothing hot today,
puckering.
Nothing hot.
It's subject of
puckering.
We're going to rate all kinds of different sour candies. We're going to have the most sour of the bunch as the reigning supreme. So we have
right out front.
We got the top 10 a-holes of the 80s. We got top 10 sour candies. We're going to rate the candies. We're going to rate the a-holes, and we're going to talk about some detail.
And whoever came up with sour candies is an a-hole as well.
Right? So
let's start off with the email.
Wait, we got to pay some bills first.
You do that. Pay the bill.
All right. So, first of all, appreciate you all coming out and watching the show. We are proud to be here by the House of Rags. The House of Rags, every detailing thing that you can possibly want under the sun, you can find at the link below. And you use No Direction 10 to save yourself some cheddar and support the show. You support the show, you support the House of Rags. The House of Rags continues to allow us to do these kind of silly, no-directional things. And by the way, until you guys start commenting or sending emails about what you want us to talk about as far as pop culture is concerned or whatever it is you want, we're going to continue to go down this 80. We're two old men from that grew up in the 80s. The 80s were
for us. The 80s wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. So if you want us to talk about something else, let us know. Send us an email, nodirectiondetail@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
All right. Anyway, so let's get started.
Our email is from Rick Smith. Thank you, Rick.
Rick Smith.
Question. And he's been watching the new format of the channel, Auto Auction Reconditioning. And he has a question. And he'd like some information on what I look for when I go to look at these vehicles on the lot. You can only do so much, but you have to go see them in person. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can't bid blind and then be surprised if it shows up a piece of shit.
Well, the other question that I have from a detailer's point of view, and I don't mean to be offensive when I say this, but a lot of times your customer isn't completely upfront with you as far as the condition of the car that they want you to detail. An example happened to me earlier this week. One of my neighbors came over, and it was a newer car to him, but it was a used car. It was a used car, but it was a newer car to him, and so he didn't really have a history of everything that was going on with the car. And I think it was ceramic coated. I'm not sure how long ago it was. I'm not even sure what brand the ceramic coating was. There was a lot of information that I just didn't have, which I would assume is very similar to what you're doing at the auction cars, where you don't have any information whatsoever.
Every once in a while, depending on the auction you go through, there might be some notes attached to the information of the vehicle, like your make and model. And then there can be notes such as, this vehicle runs it was either started on its own or with the jump pack and it went forward and reverse. That's the only notes you get at some auctions. At others, it may say just water pump, head gasket,
Right.
and you got to fill in the blank from there.
Sure. And it's more of mechanical issues, but as far as like how this relates to you guys, the detailers.
There are a lot here that are excellent mechanics.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Conway is, and Papa Smurf. Those guys are mechanics
They
by
help
trade,
me
and they
greatly.
detail, all. So basically, the question that that Rick Smith has, and that I have, when it comes to auction cars, what are you looking for? When you buy, all right, let me rephrase all this. When you go and you get one of those auction cars, and you're going to resell it, right? When you're detailing the vehicle and you're playing detective, we want to know, what are you looking for that would help indicate how you're going to approach the detail.
We can do that. We're going to do that right now, as a matter of fact. I'm going to show you what I look for before the purchase, and then we can go over the detailing process. And I'll go beyond that, what I look for in a vehicle as a whole to pick up, because the detailing and the external part is only a small equation of what you need to look into.
Okay.
Let's head over to the vehicles and we'll put on a good show.
All right, let's get this started.
All right, so we are actually standing in front of a vehicle that was picked up at one of the auctions, and it's a great example of what you should look for. I love the T-shirt, by the way. Show the logo.
Thank you very much.
Kind of fits with our...
I think it's going to play in nicely to what we're about to do to ourselves.
Absolutely. So the very first thing that I can recommend for Mr. Smith and anybody else is to go see these in person. Pictures don't do them justice either way. Sometimes the pictures don't show how good they actually look in person or how bad they look in person. And I didn't see the issues that this has in the pictures, and there were no notes for what I found eventually after picking it up and spending some time with it. So there are three things that I would like you to take with to help pick out vehicles with decent paint, or instruments that can help you find issues with paint, and auto body issues, dent, fillers,
Right.
paint, repainting.
The whole reason why I even brought that up over there was the fact that I remember I was filming somebody detailing a vehicle, and the customer told him that everything was great and there was no problem. The vehicle was never in any kind of accident or whatnot, and he ended up starting the detail on the vehicle and lifting up the paint right off of the hood, and he was like, "Dude, that's a repaint." That was a repaint, and they didn't tell me there was a repaint. And so my question to you is, like, how does a detailer pick out those kind of
or
things?
even an enthusiast.
Right.
Let me grab the camera and I'll come in and I'll show one thing to look for.
Okay, great.
So with all accounts, if you're walking quickly around the vehicle, it doesn't look like a bad vehicle, right? It has some shine, it looks great. But when you get closer, there are things you can look for. First of all, look for excessive dust nibs in the paint. Factory paint, there are going to be some dust nibs in brand new vehicles. They're
What
painted.
is a dust nib?
A dust nib is a raised lump on the hood that's very small, maybe the size of a pinhead. There's one right there, right next to the rock chip. And that's dust that gets caught in the painting process, either in the color coat or the clear coat. And really, there's only one way to remove it, and that is to remove the dust nib, do a little bit of color sanding, and then polish. But,
What is color sanding?
so color sanding is another word for wet sanding.
Oh, okay.
You could dry sand as well. So another way is to look at the texture of the paint. Can you see the orange peel texture on the fender here? Mm-hmm. And there is a dust nib right there. That's another great example.
Yep.
If you come up here and look at the hood, on a Porsche and some vehicles, if you're familiar with them, you know that their texture is going to be either like glass, or there's, the C7 Corvettes really had a texture to them, and the C6s as well. And it looked like this. But this is completely different than this panel. If you use the light, the overhead shop light, and look at the texture, and then on the door, it's like glass over here. So this fender was painted, and that's what you look for. You look for texture, you look for dust nibs, you look for sand marks that could be locked underneath the clear coat, improper Bondo or bodywork technique, and that's visual. That's without any instruments whatsoever. Now, what I do recommend is taking 3 things to your car seeking either auctions or private. The first one here to the left is going to be a paint depth gauge. The one in the middle, actually, you know, it's a jump start unit, and then a code reader for the OBD2 port. Those are 3 things that you want to take with no matter what if you're going to look at a new vehicle. All right, so this is a paint depth gauge, and I've had this for a long time. This is on one end of the spectrum, the cheap end, and you can, on the other end, get a Felsco. You know, those are thousands of dollars. But you can get these and get used to using them, and once you get used to using them, you'll know how to utilize them, because they're not all the same, and they're not all perfect. But this one being a cheap one, it's not perfect, but once you learn how to utilize it, you'll be perfectly fine with it. This here is a strip that shows the thickness of clear coat, 2 mils, and it says on there 1.9, 2 mils. So that's what we have to work with. When we're polishing, when we're wet sanding, doing paint correction, that's thinner than a Post-it. So we don't get a lot to work with. So this is very important to know what you're working with. What I'll do is I'll use this gauge and go all the way around the car, and since we know this fender's painted and the surrounding hood and door isn't, let's see the differences. So we have 5.7 on the fender. A couple different areas. It gets thinner as you're walking towards the front of the car. And 5.2. Now the surrounding areas may or may not be around the same measurement. If it was done properly and sanded all the way down to the metal, everything could be uniform when it comes to paint depth. If it was just scuffed and painted on top of the original paint, you could have 8, 9 mils of clear. If it was taken all the way down and then the painter cheaped out on the owner or themselves, you're looking at maybe 3 mils, 3.8 mils, and that's not a lot to work with, because one of those layers has been skimped out on, either the clear coat, the color coat, or the primer layer, and you don't want any of those layers to be, skimped out on, or cheaped out is the word to use. So let's go to the adjacent panels. So we're at 5.2. It's very similar to the fender. 5 and 5. The door, 5.2, 5.2. So, although it's been repainted and it's obvious visually, with the help of this, you could see that it was probably done right. It was sanded all the way down, the garbage, whatever, if it was a different color, maybe they got a used fender, all that other original stuff was taken off and it was sprayed with a fresh primer base coat clear coat. So that covers paint. Another thing this picks up, if this would jump to 11, 12 mils, what would that mean?
The coating maybe put on it?
Bondo.
Bondo.
Filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's probably, if you see a jump to about 12 mils, 13, 15, I've seen 27 already.
Wow.
Some of the vehicles, it's crazy. We'll walk out and I'll show you on one sitting out there I bought from an auction of filler that's at least 1/4 of an inch thick. At least a can was put on, a can of filler. You're only supposed to use filler to shape and fill in. So this will help you to tell a story, visually. You can also, by touch, put a sandwich bag over your hand. You can fill for dust nibs that way. And that's the best way visually to find out issues with the paint. If you see paint cracking and peeling, there's only one way to fix that, and I showed that in an earlier video this last week. You need to sand that all the way off, because it's going to continue to fail. You need to sand that all the way off. You need to repaint it. That's the only way it's going to take care of that. Oxidation is another issue. That's the chalky color, uniform color, normally on the top of a car. That can be wet sanded and polished, but that's a lot of work. So there are a lot of issues you can look for: etching, staining, and that's just on the exterior of the car, guys. When I go to an auction, it's looking at the paint, looking at the exterior. Let me show you some other things that I look for. Now, besides paint, the other thing you want to look for is you can see the tread on the tires. Walk around and make sure there's good tread on the tires, and all tires are the same. You may have 4 tires that have good tread, but if they're not the same type of tire, it could throw off alignment. It could really be a detriment to your ride. Also, you can see in there and check the calipers. You can see if there's new rotors inside the wheel. You can check and see how the brake pads are all the way around. Another thing you want to look for, depending on the state and where you're from, is the front left corner of the windshield, if you're sitting inside it, are going to be stickers. Now in Pennsylvania here, those are state inspection and emission sticker, and each state's different. New York has 1 sticker. This is ours. And you want to look and see if they have to be done every year. You want to make sure that now these are out. So this would have to be inspected. That's going to cost you money, because when you take these vehicles to a shop for inspection, they're always going to find something to hit you with as a repair. That's their job, right? So I like to look for one that's already inspected for a good year. Another thing that I like to do, if you would be so kind to open the door, the driver's door there, I love to come inside these vehicles, sit down in the driver's seat and look up to the left. And what do I see there? That is a sticker for maintenance. And if somebody's keeping up with maintenance, like you see liquid moly is good stuff. And if it's, kept up with, it has the mileage on there. And you can normally see if the sticker came from a dealership as well. And if they go to a dealership for maintenance, that's pretty expensive. And it's normally a very good sign that somebody's been keeping up with the vehicle. All right, and then finally, you want to look underneath for leaks of any kind, oil, transmission, whatever. And you also want to look at rust issues in frame, subframe, undercarriage, underbody, and then pop under the hood here. And if you're looking at a high mileage car, it'd be nice to see a sticker in here that says timing chain, timing belt, water pump replaced, and any good mechanic shop will put those stickers or a little bit of a note. Sometimes even if they write in magic marker or the yellow pens on here, it looks sloppy, but it sure gives us a lot of information of what has been done to it. So I look for that as well. I check the oil, pull all the dipsticks, and I look for if there's been new parts. Another way you could see if a fender's been replaced is if you see chunks of metal and chunks of paint off of these bolts and fasteners on body parts are normally painted from factory, and you can tell if a body part has been replaced just by looking for chipped paint. So that's a lot of information. I spend a lot of time. This is just one vehicle. I could spend a half hour to 45 minutes looking at it. And if I'm going to look at multiple cars, I could spend a whole day. I spend a whole day at Copart easily.
So let's just say this is not an auction car, this is a customer's car, and they brought it in for you to do...
You're looking at the same thing, especially look for overspray. Look for overspray in here for a repaint. Look for chipped nuts and fasteners, which means the body panels have been replaced. Tape lines will let you know if it's been repainted. The texture and dust nibs in the paint, sand marks in the paint. Sometimes you see actual sand dust from bodywork laying in these cavities here. And it's an excellent way to look for clues so you can keep yourself out of trouble. All right, we came outside in the heat because we wanted to show you something you probably get a kick out of. This is an auction car picked up very cheap, but this is something you don't have to look very hard to find. This is about a half gallon of Bondo that was in here, and without the proper prep, it just peeled away from the paint, cracked. I just left a divot. Now that looks like, but to do it right, get in there, grind all of that old garbage out of there, and, fill it again. I could practice my shaping that way with it, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Other than that, this had the peel and clear coat, and I kind of showed in other videos you know, what works, what doesn't, what can get you to a body shop appointment, and just what to do exactly with that. All right, we're back inside, and yeah, just to finish that conversation up, a lot of times either the customer's in too much of a hurry, doesn't know himself, or just doesn't want to, you know, divulge the information of the whole story of the vehicle. If it's just been painted, you need to know that, because you got to wait 30, sometimes even 60 days
Right.
for some of these clears to cure before you put any protection on.
Right.
So I hope this helps, Mr. Smith.
Again,
And
if there's a topic that you'd like to talk about, you want us to discuss or whatever, send us an email, nodirectiondetail@gmail.com. We'll read your email on the air, and we'll talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. And that doesn't have to be just detailing. It could be any kind of goofy subject matters you want us to talk about, or any kind of nonsense you want us to shove into our mouths.
That's what she said.
So thanks, Jay Hawker. We appreciate your email.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now,
What would you like to get into next?
we're going to... We're going to talk about some serious, or in the terms of Spaceballs, some major a-holes.
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed. Prepare for. Yeah, we're talking about major a-holes throughout the 80s in cinema. And again, just because you're a bad guy doesn't necessarily here's a perfect example. I was having this conversation with a friend, and he said, he immediately brought up Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't think that he was an a-hole. He was a villain. He was a thief, but he wasn't like antagonistic, right? I mean, I don't think that he was an a-hole.
Did he kill anybody in that, but with his own hands?
I'm pretty sure he shot her boss.
He's an a-hole then. Yeah,
Really?
An a-hole would probably do that.
I just think you're a bad guy. Like for me, being an a-hole is like you're just being a dick for no reason. You know what? I probably should have looked that up. Let's see. Let's see what the ongoing definition of a-hole is.
I have
According to Urban Dictionary, a contemptuous human who goes around doing cruel and intentionally crappy things simply to piss other people off. These individuals get off on this and are obviously deeply insecure and have nothing better to do. It's all fun and games until the a-hole says the wrong thing to the wrong person, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I agree with this. You have to be intentionally doing stuff to piss other people off to qualify.
Well, we'll have some good conversations throughout the list, especially some of the ones that I have on mine. Because either they were a-holes or maybe they were just mental or
That's
weren't
true.
right upstairs.
That's true.
We can have that conversation as we go through.
100%.
All right.
And in the process, we're going to pucker up.
You want to break these out one by one and show them what we have?
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, we're going to be doing an ongoing King of the Hill like we normally do in our shows. We have
I can't stand these things because
Krabby Patties.
they just draw your mouth shut.
Yeah, basically, we just went to a couple of stores, and anything that said sour on it, we grabbed. So we got sour Krabby Patties, the OG Jolly Ranchers.
We have Troll Sour Bright Crawlers, so sour worms. Great theater.
The
Snacks.
The original OG. Apparently, we were at that candy shop. They said this was like 1950s or 1960s. The Sweet Tarts original.
This is something called Warhead's Super Sour Spray Candy. Spray candy. That doesn't even sound good. Ugh.
I have a feeling that Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to be ripping most of this stuff off the shelves.
Yes. We have Sour Patch Kids. Sour, then sweet. So I guess eventually you do get to the sugar part.
Yes. Now, I remember my son, when he was really little, he used to go bananas for these Warheads sour lemon. Basically, it's a little sucker. You stick it in there and shabam. So I'm sure those are going to rock some socks.
We have some sour Mambas, lemon, orange, strawberry, and raspberry flavors. Never heard of them. They are fruit chews, sour fruit chews.
Yeah. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5,
we got
6,
two.
7, 8.
Well, we have sour punch grape straws. So they're just strings, like shoestrings, candy shoestrings, but sour.
And you got grape and we got blue raspberry, because blue raspberry is typically a little bit more sour than anything.
Sour apple, blue
Yeah,
raspberry.
and we got another Sour Patch Kids, but blue raspberry. Blue raspberry Sour Patch Kids.
All right, yeah, we do have 2 of those. That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
And that is more than enough to rot the teeth.
Yeah, well, again, I'm on a carnivore diet, so I'm just going to... Why do you do this to me?
You're going to spit it out.
I'm going to spit it. I'm just going to put it in my mouth for a little bit, and then I'm going to spit it.
What else is new? Before we get started, let's do some predictions.
Okay.
Least sour.
I think the OG Sweet Tarts is going to be the least sour. I remember eating these as a kid. I never remember it causing my eyes to water, or you know how sometimes when you eat that real sour, something in the back of your jaw tightens up.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just puckers.
Yeah.
Makes you pucker.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go with the Jolly Ranchers, because depending on what flavor, they were just sugary.
I thought Jolly Ranchers, especially when I was in middle school out in California, lemon Jolly Ranchers were all the rage, and they would put them in their mouth, and then they would do this thing called gleeking, where they would curl their tongue up, and the saliva glands underneath your tongue would shoot water or spit, basically. They would gleek on people, so you'd be walking along, and
That sounds
then they would.
disgusting.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're disgusting kids.
And,
In the 80s, everything was wrong.
and on the other end of the spectrum, you know, I'm going to go for this because this just looks like it was made to make you miserable.
Yeah. I'm going to go along the same
This
line.
is a Warhead spray, sour spray. So, I mean,
This is the original Warhead Lemon. So I think that this one's going to squeak this one out, but that's just my prediction. So I chose least and most, and Brian.
least and most.
All right. So,
You know what? I want to start with Mailroom Tim.
Mailroom Tim. Okay.
So these are a-holes.
Yeah, these are a-holes of the 80s, the biggest ones. And we're only doing the top 10. Now, Mailroom 10, he did the top 20, but obviously we don't have that kind of time. This is taken from Ultimate Classic Rock and Culture. You can follow along with us at ultimateclassicrock.com/movie-bullies-80s. So coming in at you're going to have to help me with this one because I don't recognize this at all.
A-hole number 1.
A-hole number 10.
Oh, we're going the other way. A-hole
That's
number 10.
8-hole number 10.
We're going least A-hole to most A-hole.
Correct.
It's a lot of A-holes.
There's a lot of a-holes. I'm surrounded by a-holes.
We're sitting next to A-holes.
Hardy Jens.
I know who that is already.
Go ahead.
Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yes, that is correct, sir.
That is, I forget the actor's name, but he drove around in the C4 Chevy Corvette, a beautiful black C4 Chevy Corvette in that movie. And he was definitely an a-hole. He was the rich a-hole that made fun of everybody else, especially, what was his name? The lead character in that one. I forget his name. but-
Eric Stoltz?
Eric Stoltz, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember. 1987. Some
Yeah.
Kind of Wonderful. Hardy Jens coming in at number 10.
I got to give him props for digging that out. I never would have thought of it, but it's a good one.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
I am too, because I was like, I've never heard of that. It must be trash.
Yeah, I knew it just by the name.
You did. I'm really impressed. I am really impressed. All right. What do you got? Number 10.
My number 10 is a lot of these. You're gonna think a little bit before you know who this is.
All right.
This is the Shogun of Harlem.
I came across that during my homework. I think Mailroom 10 actually got him.
Guys, if you don't know who that is, oh, this is such a great movie. This is a playoff on the Bruce Lee movies back in the 60s.
Is it Show Enough? Is it Show Enough?
Show Enough, yeah.
Yeah, Show Enough in The Last Dragon, 1985.
Yep, The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
He was the antagonist. Who is the master? It's the
Show Enough.
The cheesiest 80 movies you ever want to see, but I find myself watching it every time it comes on. Yeah, we had Destiny, the singer of the 80s,
Yeah,
from Cutie Pie back in the day. Yeah, that was a great movie.
That is, Shogun of Harlem. That is awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, Mailroom 10 had it at number 12.
Well, I am impressed with him so far.
Yeah. All right.
And your number 10.
My number 10 is Stan Gable, played by Ted McGinley, Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep, Revenge of the Nerds.
He was the leader of the jocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played the same character in every movie he was in.
Yeah.
pretty
But you
much.
know, most recently he's in Shrinks or Shrinking or whatever it is on Apple.
Oh yeah.
And that's highly entertaining, and I do like his character.
Yeah,
He just plays like this
played
chill.
a great
just-
asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, a-hole.
A-hole. Yeah.
A-hole. Excellent. I like that one.
Thank you. All right. All right. Do you want to do the OG?
Let's do the OG.
1950 candies. Again, I'm just going to put it in my mouth and spit it out.
I'll probably.
If I can get it open. Should we go for the same flavor?
just gonna take a
should we go for the same flavor?
If they do have the same flavor
All
or
right,
two of those in there,
Let me see what I can.
I might have to find. I don't want to eat all of this candy because I don't want that sugar.
Yeah. Well, then
But
you can spit it out too.
I'll just.
All right. I got 2 blue ones. There you go. Here's a blue one.
I'll just take a little.
You want
little
a
bite.
communal spit?
No, thanks. That's good.
Just a tip.
Just a tip for a second.
Yeah, it's not sour. I mean, it plays to its name. It is tart, but
Tart.
it's not sour.
Tart and sugary,
Yeah.
powdered sugar.
Yeah. Here. There you go. Yeah, tart, but not sour.
But
per
since
se.
we started with it, we have to put it up there until it
That's
gets
true.
knocked off.
That's true. Sweet
I remember those back in the day
tarts.
at the pool. You know,
Yeah.
as a kid, when you joined the pool, they used to have those and the Skittles and Nerds.
Yep. All right. Reigning commander. Number 9. Actually, you know, I'm surprised that it's this high on his list because when I was doing the homework, it was mentioned, this character was mentioned a lot. And so I would have thought that he would have ranked higher or lower in the, you know, like he would have been closer to the
More
number.
of an a-hole than
More of an a-hole than less of an a-hole.
Okay.
Right. So number 9, according to Mailroom Tim, is Steph in Pretty in Pink, 1986. Played
Okay.
by James, what's his nuts?
Spader.
Yeah, that's it. James
Yep.
Spader. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has it at the right place. I don't think he was that much of an a-hole, but he was an antagonist, I guess.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just a thorn in the side.
Right. I mean, like I said, he came up a lot. I have him on my list actually at number 5, like right in the middle, just because.
Really?
Yeah. Just because I was a big fan of. All those John Hughes movies and stuff like that.
I was too. Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah, John Hughes is great. All
Yeah.
all of those. For me, number 9, Rutger Hauer played this character. 1985, and he was John Ryder in The Hitcher.
The Hitcher. That's a great one.
So not only was he just a psychopath,
Yeah.
but he was an a-hole during that whole thing too. He was
Yeah.
playing with what was C. Thomas Howell. He
Right.
was playing with him mentally throughout that whole movie and other characters. You know, even when they were back at the station wagon and he was, you know, playing guns with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a psychopath and an a-hole.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer always has like that presence. Like even he just kind of has that a-hole presence.
He is on my list twice.
Like, I mean, in Lady Hawk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even though he was the hero of the story in Lady Hawk, he was still kind of a prick.
Yep.
I mean, I understand why, you know, the curse and all that stuff would probably make one cranky. But, yeah.
Yeah, he is on my list twice. That's how good of an a-hole he could play.
All right.
Or maybe he was one in real life, and it just translated, great on screen.
Yeah, yeah. Blade Runner, you know. Oh, sorry.
That may be coming up.
Oh, sorry. My number 9 is G.W. Bailey, a.k.a. Lieutenant/Captain Thaddeus Harris.
Though that's not ringing a bell yet.
All the Police Academy movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the captain. Yeah, he was an a-hole.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah, I would have never thought
He had
that.
a doofus sidekick, which, I mean, that's clearly 80s. You know, you have like the a-hole antagonist police chief or captain.
And then you had the sidekick Don Knotts type of funny.
Comedic relief, yeah. Yeah, so
that's good.
That was my, I mean, you know, yeah, I think he played the part.
Very good choice. These are coming out of nowhere, so I'm liking this. Even Mailroom Tim he's digging deep.
Yeah, he is.
We're going to go for the Jolly Rogers, and we're going to go for what I believe would be the most sour.
Green apple.
The most sour candy. It would be the green apple.
They had, I'm telling you, they had a lemon one in the 80s. They had a lemon one, and it was deadly.
I don't remember the lemon. I just remember these being repulsive.
All right.
I have a feeling this one's gonna kick the tarts to the curb.
You know, which is funny that you put this one as the least sour. I can't even get this thing open, dude.
I used to go through these like crazy.
They would always stick in my molars. Good grief.
Oh, you can't chew on them. You gotta let them dissolve, and it takes a while.
Like, I'm not getting the. It was just sweet.
It was just sweet, but the sour apple does have a sour. I think they're just a little bit more than the sweet tarts.
I'll let you have it. They're going to die on this hill, but I thought there was more tartness in these, and I don't know. I'm just tasting sugar.
Well, we can keep those up there.
I don't mind. You can dethrone these. I don't care.
Well, it doesn't matter because, like you said, they're going to get punted pretty quickly.
All right.
So for now, the Jolly Ranchers, just for the sake of changing the scenery there.
Right.
All right, number 8.
Now this is where I'm going to have a problem with Mailroom Tim. I don't believe that this qualifies as being an a-hole. Now I can understand why Mailroom Tim would say that he's an a-hole, but we'll get to it. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, Full Metal Jacket, 1987.
Yeah, but that was his job.
Well, not only is it his job, but I mean, like as a Marine Corps drill instructor, drill sergeant.
You're preparing them to live rather than die.
Correct. And and if you've ever done anything military, you've been to basic training or any of that stuff. First and foremost, like there's a science behind the way that they break down people and then rebuild you. And if you can give those troops a common enemy, they're going to bond together that much faster. So you get their job is to get everybody to hate them and then drive them to be all that you can be.
Yeah, and I don't know about now, but I know back in the day there is no safe space at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, there's no holding up a card and says, I need a few minutes for me to, I'm very stressed out right now.
A crying session.
Yeah, when I went through basic training, they gave us these cards that said basically all the things that the drill sergeants can and can't do to you. And this is Clinton's Army now. And one of them was cursing. There's no cursing. They're not allowed to curse at you. Drill sergeants aren't allowed to curse at you. And day one, we're all in rank and file. I was in first platoon, first squad. And there's 3 platoons. And so we had 3 drill instructors per platoon, and so there's nine of them, and they come out with the cards, and they go, if you want this to apply to you, it also applies to us. We hear one curse word out of any of you, or you hear this, you hear that, we're gonna drop you. We're gonna drop you, and you're gonna bleed out of your eyes. So, who wants to use these cards? And every one of us threw it on the ground. Like, all right, yeah. Open season for whatever.
Makes sense.
Hmm?
Yeah, he drove one of the. Well, that guy was already mentally
he was
unstable.
100%.
So he pushed him over the edge.
Private Pile.
Yeah.
He was definitely. And you know the crazy thing about that movie is it was literally 2 movies crammed together. Basic Training was a movie in and of itself, and then when they went to Nam, that was a whole it was
everything. That was a completely different movie.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
Mm-hmm. But I don't believe that he was an a-hole. Going back to when I was in the service, we did basic training and AIT at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. AIT stands for Advanced Individual Training. That's where you learn your MOS, your military occupational specialty. I was a combat engineer, so we just stayed on the same base because Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri is the crossroads of the engineers. So we had the same drill instructors for basic training that we did for AIT. But after you complete basic training, you're officially a soldier. So the second half of all this training, we got to know our sergeants a lot more on a personal level. And you could tell that it was all a facade. Like that was what they were doing was the basic training part, but they were actual human beings on the other side of it. They were actually cool people to get to know.
They weren't Arlie Army the whole time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that one, you could put a question mark next to that one.
All right.
But it is a great, maybe antagonist is.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and great movie. Great 2 movies in one.
Agreed. What do you got? What's your number 8?
Number 8 is going to be Kiefer Sutherland in The Lost Boys. You will never grow old and you will never die. He was just an a-hole.
Yeah. I might have that actor on my list farther on down the line.
Oh, he was naturally an a-hole. Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, definitely. I mean, all the movies you could think of, Flatliners, Lost Boys, he is an a-hole.
Yeah.
24, great show.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was pretty good as Doc in Young Guns. I liked him as Doc. I don't think that he was necessarily an a-hole, but he was definitely a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
You know, he was definitely the stick in the a-hole.
That's one way to put it.
My number 8 is John Larroquette, Captain Stillman, Stripes, 1981.
Oh, Stripes, yeah. Yep, John. What court? What TV
Night
show?
Court.
Night Court, yeah.
Yeah.
He was an a-hole in
He
that
was
one,
an
too.
a-hole in that too. Yeah.
Yep. Bringing back some memories with these.
Right?
Yeah, these are coming out of nowhere.
All right.
All right.
What do we want to do? Want to do?
You pick next.
Let's just do some crappy Krabby Patties. I don't have any real hope for these.
Krabby Patties. I definitely will not be ingesting anything from here on out.
Yeah, they just look gross. Why did you make us do this?
I don't
You
know.
just, what's wrong with
Just
you?
torture. Do you have a green one? Because that would be, if you think that would be.
Oh, it's not one solid candy? It's like 4 little
It's
candies?
the little ones.
All right. Then yeah, I got a green one. This would be the lettuce on the Krabby Patty.
So these are just circular little discs with sugar and salt.
It's like a gumdrop. It's a gumdrop.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, it's definitely more sour than both of those guys.
Yep. Not unbearable.
No, it's just, and it's also just a real quick flash. Like it's sour for a second.
It goes from the sour to the sweet in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's the winner so far.
It is the winner so far.
And that is Who makes those? Frankfurt Krabby Patties. I never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Mm-mm.
I like this subject because you can argue about these, you know. Are they a-holes? Are they just evil? Are they sick? Or
Right. Yeah. That's
Number 7.
Number 7. Now, I only saw this movie, I think, I saw the whole movie once and a bunch of like tidbits from it a bunch of times, but I don't really remember it that much. Heather Chandler from the movie Heathers, 1989.
I did not watch that movie all the way through.
It had Christian Slater in
Yep.
it and Winona Ryder.
Yep.
But apparently one of the antagonistic Heathers was apparently a real bitch. And that's why she's up there leading a quartet of mean girls.
He was digging for that one.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good movie in any way. I
I
just
don't,
couldn't get through it.
doesn't she kill herself at the end or something?
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure it's a horrible movie.
It's just boring at the beginning and not very good.
Yeah.
As far as I could get through it.
Yeah. All right. Yep. So that's what he got.
Well-
He got Heathers. Heather from Heathers.
My 7 is going to be Biff Tannen Back to the Future.
Really?
You're about as useful as a screen door on a battleship.
Hello, McFly.
He was an a-hole in all of them.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know if any other movie he was in, but he was just an a-hole all
I
the
don't
way
think he
through.
knows any other movie he was in.
No.
I actually have him at number 4.
Yeah.
I have him much lower on the list. Like I thought he was especially in Back to the Future 2. Yeah, Back to the Future 2 when he owns the casinos and he tries to shoot Marty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate manure. Yep, I agree. I agree with you all.
He could be higher, but I think the 6 that I have in front of him are pretty good competition.
All right. My number 7, and I'm going to fight you on this one. My number 7 is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese, a.k.a. Yes Sensei, from The Karate Kid, 1984. He's the sensei of the Cobra Kais. And the reason why I have him on my list instead of Johnny,
Well, he was instructed to sweep the legs.
correct.
Don't give me the finger.
Sorry, I was adjusting my glasses. Yeah, but he was basically sweep the knee. But sensei, you got a problem with that? No, sensei.
Yeah, he was an ass.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But the kid, at school and everywhere else was an a-hole too.
However, all right, one, in their defense, that's the way they were trained in their stupid little
Dojo.
Dojo, thank you. And then 2, if you remember, if you go back and you watch the movie, at the Halloween party, it's, what's his nuts, the Karate Kid. He goes into the bathroom with a hose and turns the hose on those guys and that's the first time
Stirs the bee's nest.
really stirs the bee's nest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, they chased him all the way home and he got his ass beat, but he kind of had it coming for turning a hose on a bunch of guys doing coke in a bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point.
But
What was his name? His real name?
his real name is Martin Cove.
Yeah, Martin Cove.
Martin Cove, yeah. Sensei from Karate Kid.
Everything I've seen him in, he was in a couple movies. He was an a-hole in
Yeah.
those too.
Yeah.
Those are the people you think really are a-holes in real life, but they're probably not. Probably the nicest people you ever want to meet.
All right, what's up next? Your pick.
So my number 6 is
Nope. That was number 7's, and now you got to eat something.
Okay, my pick is going to be the Sour Patch Kids Sour Then Sweet. So it's probably going to be very similar, but let's see if it lasts a little bit longer.
I'm waiting for it to hit back here.
I'm waiting for it to just draw the mouth closed.
Yep.
Let's.
Yep.
All right, let's go with the yellows. Lemony's got to be.
All right.
Cheers.
Lemony.
Just the shape of Sour Patch Kids or whatever,
It's
same thing
it's
as
the shape of a kid that we're popping in our mouth.
Oh boy. This is lasting a little bit longer and
Yeah.
pulling my eyes shut.
I don't readily detect the sweetness. Like this one immediately faded to sweetness.
You have to actually chew this a little bit to get. Sour Patch Kids
You're fired, Krabby Patties.
is in with a sweep of the knee.
You got a problem with that? No sensei.
Now we're going to number 6.
Now we're going to number 6. Hit it. Or you want to do Mailroom Tim? Mailroom Tim. Scott Farkas, A Christmas Story, 1983. He was a bully. He was the bully that always beat on him, and then finally at the end, Ralphie snaps and beats the piss out of the bully, makes his nose bleed and all that stuff.
I haven't seen that one so many times that
Yeah. I mean,
it's all right.
he's a bully. I guess bullies by definition
Are
are
a-holes,
a-holes,
yeah.
but he was such a small blip in that movie that I don't really feel.
Yeah, to be an antagonist, you got to kind of
He's
be,
kind of-
you got to be the yin to the
You
yang
remember
and
the
whole-
Sandlot?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the dog. The dog is not the focal point of.
It was just in one scene.
Yeah, that's what basically this bully in A Christmas Story.
Yeah. Meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
All right. Go ahead.
Number 6, Ivan Drago, Rocky. I must break you.
If he dies, he dies.
Yep. Now that's an a-hole.
Yeah, I'll give you that. If he dies, he dies. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good one. That's a good one. That one didn't even come. I didn't even dive into any of that stuff. That was a good one.
Hey, I dug deep for some of these.
All right. What was your number?
These
What was
are-
your number 7?
Biff Tanner,
Or number 8?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland. All right. So your number 8 is my number 6. I got Kiefer Sutherland as John Ace Merrill. Stand by Me.
Yeah. He wasn't in the whole. Like there was maybe 3 or 4 scenes with him.
Yeah, and he was a
In the
he
car,
was a
at
jerk
the river, yeah.
entire every time you saw
Yeah, he
him.
was
You
an
know.
a-hole. Even with his friends, he was an a-hole.
Yeah, even with his friends, he's driving on the other side of the road, and they're like, "It's not funny anymore, Ace." You know what I mean?
That was a good one. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
And he's an a-hole in real life. And his dad was too. Great
Yeah.
actor. Donald Sutherland was
Sutherland.
great.
Yeah. Iconic voice.
Yeah.
I really like Donald Sutherland's voice was.
I
it's up on the Mount Rushmore of like Morgan Freeman, Donald Sutherland,
I enjoyed him from what's the war movie?
MASH.
No, the group of 7 prisoners that they pick out to go fight the Germans. There's 7 prisoners, and
This is the Germans.
I forget what it was, but from that all the way up to President Snow and everything in between, he was a great actor.
Sure, for sure. How about the pyromaniac in Backdraft?
Yep.
And Robert De Niro pulls out the teddy bear, and he gets all excited about the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah.
He could pull it off because he was an a-hole.
My number, yeah, I already told you. Mine, yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. Yep. Don't. Ace.
Good one.
All right.
I enjoy it. Your pick.
Trolley. World of Warcraft trolleys.
By the way, you're gonna love my next 5. My next 5 are,
Good.
maybe 1 is common, but
This has got a Ziploc top so that you can keep eating these later.
I'm not gonna keep eating that.
After waste not, want not, kids.
Now I can, as a kid, the sour gummy worms I did like in the theater. I used to buy those at the
No.
theaters.
They smell like sugar. Right out of
Yeah, they're not very sour from what I remember.
We have red, blue.
Now the red blue is the best, and that's the sweetest. That's like
That's the sweetest.
Yeah.
All right, so then grab the yellow reds.
yellow red.
Yellow
and
red.
go for the yellow.
You
side.
go for the yellow side. Trolley.
Trolls.
Just the tip.
Cheers.
I think Sour Patch got it.
Yeah.
They start out sour, but
Yeah,
it
but they get
immediately turns to sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have another Sour Patch pack here.
Yeah, that one's raspberry. It's up to, I mean, we got 2 of these sour punches as well. So
I know. We'll try them. We are at number 5 already.
good grief, we are burning through this. It's a good thing your neighborhood was so.
There are a lot of a-holes in my neighborhood.
I have a problem with this one too as well, and what we discuss. All right, so Mailroom Tim's number 5 is Andrew Clark. Get up here, from The Breakfast Club, 1985. He was the jock, played by Emilio Estevez.
Oh, the teacher. What was his name?
He was the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, his name was
This guy.
William Atherton. No, not William Atherton. Paul Gleason.
Paul Gleason.
Yeah, but no, I would say out of the 5 kids, I think not Anthony Michael Hall, the other guy, Bender. I think Bender was way more of an a-hole
Yeah.
than Andrew Clark. Like,
Definitely.
so I can understand why Mailroom Tim said what he did because of the backstory of Andrew Clark, where he taped the kid's hairy butt together with duct tape, causing him a lot of pain. That's being a bully, but that was never in the movie. It was towards the end of the movie when they were all discussing why they were in here, why we're doing detention. That was Andrew Clark's story. I taped this kid's butt together.
Yeah, Bender is the one that's always jumping from character to character.
Right? And causing trouble.
Especially
and
Anthony Michael Hall, and then that wasn't Jennifer Jason Leigh. Who was that? I forget what her name was.
Molly Ringwald? Or the other one?
The other one.
Allison.
Yeah. The one that was putting sugar
Yeah.
straws. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one going
He took the screw out of the doors.
He
so
was
the
the
doors
true
were closed.
antagonist.
Yeah, 100%.
until Gleason came in.
Right. Yeah. Don't mess with the bull, young man. Get the points. Yeah. So yeah, I can see why he would say Andrew Clark, because Andrew Clark was a bully, but that was all off screen, and I disagree.
Yep. I do too. Very good. Number 5. You're going to love this one.
Ah.
James Hong. In Search of the Green-Eyed Girl.
What?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Well, he's really starting to piss me off.
Yeah. All right.
Hell yeah.
Well
That
done,
was a
sir.
Great tag. He was an a-hole. He was an old, just grumpy,
Yeah, grumpy
a-hole.
old. Yeah. Yeah. Hit it. Well done, sir. We already talked about my number 5, James Spader, Steph McKee from Pretty in Pink, 1986. I just thought he was a dick.
He's definitely an a-hole in real life, too, it would seem like. Everything that
Yeah.
I've seen him in, what was it, Less Than Zero, and
He was in Wolf with Michelle Pfeiffer, Blacklist. Like I told you at lunchtime, I really
he's the
wanted-
perfect person to stab you in the back halfway through a movie.
He plays the voice of Ultron from the Avengers, Age of Ultron. Yeah, I mean, he's got that, again, he's got another iconically cool voice. And his delivery.
Delivery.
I thought he sucked in The Office, to be honest.
I didn't
After-
that was late.
Yeah, it was after, what's his nuts, Steve Carell moved on.
Yeah.
He played like an intermediary boss for a little bit. There was like 3 of them. There was,
He's not funny because he's an a-hole.
yeah, Will Ferrell and James Spader were the bosses at the end of The Office. So, yeah, again, always.
I dropped off as soon as Steve Carell.
Yeah, so did the show.
Yeah. Hit the, what was that? Jump the Shark or
Jump
whatever
the
they
Shark.
call it.
Yeah, they call it Jumping the Shark. So that was our number 5s. Is it your pick or my pick?
I am going to go with
Yeah, I don't think those are going to be sour at all.
the Mamba Sour.
When I was a kid living in California, I think that's when they first these candies actually came on board in the 80s.
I've never seen them before. It's a pack within a pack, and
Yeah.
inside the pack are individuals that are
Or more
packed.
packs. Those Russian cups that had the little dolls inside each cup.
Well, these seem like they're all mango, or yeah.
No, it says lemon, orange, strawberry, raspberry.
Well,
I would say these are oranges.
Well, we got 2 mangoes. Or
Mango is mamba. These are mambas. They're not mangoes. I think these are orange mambas.
Mamba mangoes?
Mamba mangoes? This is probably going to be less sour than those
Probably
sweet
more
tarts.
sweet than anything
Yeah.
else.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Cheers.
No, they have a sour.
They're souring, but
And they're holding it.
yeah. Yeah.
They're actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I think they might be the Sour Patch Kids.
They're still sour.
Mm-hmm. It never finishes to a sweetness, which is nice. It stays sour throughout the entire time.
All right, chewing it. Okay. Definitely. So that was a shocker. That was definitely a leg sweet.
Yep. Well said, sir.
Number 4.
Well done, Mamba. Mango. Well done, Mango.
We weren't even going to get that.
All right, again, now you probably will know this one. I did not know it. Because this is right up your alley from what we did, I think, in episode 2, where we were doing horror movies. Judy in Sleepaway Camp, 1983.
I only saw that once or twice. Not the biggest fan of those movies, so.
Well, I mean, it says, in this still gonzo, low-budget camp slasher, poor, shy protagonist Angela was always in for a hard time, but even she couldn't have been prepared for Judy, portrayed by young actor Karen Fields, as a barely pubescent reincarnation of a 1940s gangster's mall. What's a mall? M-O-L-L, mall.
Sleepaway Camp was like a Cheap Thrills version of Friday the 13th.
All right. Okay. Well,
But if he says so.
Number four.
It was creative to find that one, because I never would have thought of it. But not as number 4. Oh, hell no.
Right? And not only that, but I mean, he had 20 entries. Judy and Sleepaway Camp is number 4.
Now, if you want to talk about a-holes, my number 4, they are brothers.
Oh.
The Duke brothers.
The Duke brothers. Like
Not Bo and Luke Duke.
the other ones that came in afterwards.
Those are cousins, I think.
They were
Maybe
cousins.
they're treated in fork, but the Duke brothers from Trading Places.
Oh, yes.
Mortimer and Randolph.
Yes. That should have been on my list. I feel stupid now because, yes, 100%.
How much you want to bet?
Right.
$1.
$1.
They
Yeah.
were a-holes.
100%.
Rich, yep,
100%.
through the whole movie.
Yep. Start to finish. There was no redeeming arc.
Even to
nothing.
each other.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed. Man, that should have been on my list.
Should have been higher on mine, really, but I think the number 1 is... The number 1 is going to be debatable because of... Well, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Talk about that when we get there. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to beat my number 1, just so you know. Anyway,
I look
my
forward to it.
my number 4 is Biff. Thomas Wilson, Biff Tannen, Back to the Future
Oh, yeah.
series.
I don't know if you would be that
1985,
high,
1986,
but-
1985, 1989, and 1990. Like,
Because it was, you know what? I give you credit, and I think you're right because it wasn't just one movie; it was the whole series.
Correct.
So, I agree.
and he maintained it, and even, like I said, he even became even more of an a-hole as the series progressed.
yeah, he gradually increased his a-holeness, and you know what? He could even be higher because of that. So, I agree.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well played.
Your
pick.
looks like it's my pick. I'm gonna go with the grape. I'm gonna go with grape. Sour Punch grape straws. And who made this?
Kids are eating this stuff. My gosh.
Yeah. It says, "Love what makes you unique. Appreciate what makes others different."
Sourpunch.com.
Sour Punch. All right, my friend.
So we have grape, and I think those probably would have been more sour. But,
That's why I went with the grape first. 'Cause
oh my gosh, look at all the sugar. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know why my kid can't pay attention in school.
Diabetes at 4? Why?
It's sticky already.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this at all. It's definitely sour.
It's sour.
I would. I think
It loses it too quickly, though.
yeah, it's true. I think it's more, initially it's more sour than the Mambas.
But that holds it.
But
so
it
we gotta
holds it
give
the whole
credit
time.
For holding it.
Yeah.
That might even be more sour.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing yet that is just repulsive.
I'm telling you, this warhead is going to break me.
I think that's going to be the one right there.
Yeah. All right. Do we keep going?
We still good?
Okay.
Okay. All right. That brings us to
Number three. All right. I remember you mentioning this movie earlier when we did the 80s. His number 3 is Moody in My Bodyguard, 1980.
Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon kicked off the 80s with one of the most charismatically despicable bullies ever in Tony Bill's grimly grounded high school comedy.
Matt Dillon plays an a-hole in every movie he's in, too.
Yeah,
I think he's just an a-hole.
I think so.
I'm thinking of all the movies. Yeah. All right.
Something About Mary.
Yeah. Yeah, every single movie. Matt Dillon.
Yep.
What was that movie? They were back in the 50s, and Ralph Macchio was burnt in a fire. Was he in that?
Oh, it was. I don't think Ralph Macchio was. He might have Ponyboy.
Yeah.
Was he Ponyboy in The Outsiders? It was
Wasn't
called
he?
The Outsiders.
There's two Dillons that are so similar they
Yeah.
even look the same.
Yeah.
Matt and
The
the other Dillon
other
was in The
Dillon.
Blob, the movie The Blob from the 80s.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think Charlie Sheen was in that. Yeah, I think Charlie Sheen was in The Outsiders.
Tom Cruise.
What's his nuts? Ghost.
Yeah. Patrick.
Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, great movie.
Ponyboy. Stay golden, Ponyboy.
I think, yeah, he was reaching for that. My number 3?
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
All right.
Hans Landa. Now this isn't 80s, but
Hans? What do you mean it's not 80s?
This isn't 80s. I have to bring this up. You're going to love this guy.
Okay.
He's an a-hole. He's probably mentally ill, but the thing we can argue, just like
Is that he's not in the
just
80s?
like this, just like the sergeant in
Right. Full Metal
the
Jacket.
Army.
Yeah.
He might have been trained to be this way, and may not be this way in real life. But Lance Handa in Inglourious Bastards.
Inglorious.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
That's like late. That's in the
I don't care.
2000s.
It's an a-hole that I came across that I had to mention. But that's another one like Arlie Army. Sorry, but he's a great a-hole.
He is. He's absolutely. He's one of the top. He's one of the top.
And he's versatile because he doesn't play an a-hole in every movie.
No, he doesn't. He's actually a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
An absolute brilliant actor.
He is. Yep. I haven't seen him much lately, but I hope he pops back up again.
Brilliant actor.
Yes, he is. Looking forward to your number 3.
40 years after what we're doing here, but that's fine. All right, my number 3 is Paul Gleason.
What are boundaries if they can't be broken, right?
Paul Gleason. He is the principal, or the vice principal in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He was also Mr. Vernon, Clarence Beeks, Deputy Police Chief Dwayne T. Robinson from The Breakfast Club, 1985, Trading Places, 1983. He was in Trading Places as an a-hole, and he was also in Die Hard as the assistant police chief and a-hole.
Yeah.
That guy is amazing. Paul Gleason is my number 3 all-time a-hole.
And I've seen it him interviewed, he doesn't seem like an a-hole. In
He
real
really
life,
doesn't.
So he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. Get the horns.
My pick.
Wait. Oh yeah, candy.
I've been staring at this the whole time. I got to see how bad this is. When they make it into a spray, you can't even enjoy it to chew it. I don't know how the hell to open it or where to open it. Right there. You first. Ready? Open wide. Stick out the tongue.
Holy hell. It's sour.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah. It's sour.
Oh, that's nasty.
It
That
hit-
doesn't belong in the mouth.
Just to see how it
That's
feels.
what she said.
Just to see how it feels. I just put it to see how it feels.
That is nasty. I'm sorry, man. That's number one. That immediately stings the nostrils. What is that for? That is just to torment.
Yeah. I can't imagine that being safe
This is
on the
called
playground.
Warhead's Super Sour Spray Candy. Nothing candy about it, but it's a torture device.
The only thing that I'm thinking that these warheads might beat that warhead is because it's like a one and done. As soon as it hits, it gives you that shock, but like it's gone. Like it's not lingering on my tongue. It's not still there. You know what I mean?
Well, I
But
don't
that
know.
being a sucker will last a very long time.
That's true.
In my theory,
Ongoing torture.
ongoing torture versus.
I mean, I did kind of rinse that out as quick as I could.
Yeah,
but
but
that was immediately.
yeah, super sour. Super sour.
Why would you want? I wouldn't let my kid anywhere near that.
All
Number
right,
two.
Number two. So, you know what? It's a three-peat. His number two is Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. So
He's just an all-around
he
a-hole.
hit all three of our lists.
He's our number one a-hole.
He hit
He
all
should
three of
be.
our lists. Bum, bum, bum.
Now, Biff.
Yeah.
Number two,
Yep.
Roy Batty. All those moments lost in time, like tears in a rainstorm.
Really.
Blade Runner.
I knew exactly who he is.
Now, he's not human,
Right.
but he was programmed to be an a-hole.
Replica.
Replicant a-hole.
Replicant. Yeah. Replicant. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think yeah.
Evil and programmed, but an a-hole. And thoughtful, too.
Yeah.
So, just yeah, I thought that was an interesting number.
That's absolutely fantastic. A contemptuous human who goes around doing cruel and intentional crap to piss other people off. Yeah, it fits.
Fits like a T.
All right. I'll allow it. My number two, Bill Paxton. Chet Donnelly.
Chet, yeah.
Chet from
Piece of
Weird
shit.
Science. Literally turned him into a pile of poop for being such an a-hole.
Yeah, he was. That he was.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the 80's and you think of an a-hole, I think of Weird Science. I think of that, and yeah.
He was even an a-hole on planet XR289. Or whatever the hell it is, aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
What are we going to do now?
This little girl survived 2 weeks. Why did you put her in charge? Game over,
R.I.P.,
man.
man.
Game over. So yeah, Bill Paxton. He was, he was also in The Terminator.
He was a punk.
He was a punk. Yeah.
Punk, yeah, he was an a-hole, but he didn't last very long.
Let me guess. Laundry night.
Yeah.
Nice night for a walk, eh? Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. All right, here we go. I'm saving death for last, just so you know. I'm
Okay.
saving death for last. I don't think that this is going to dethrone that.
I think you're right.
There you go. Good gravy. Yeah, that's all you need. There we go. Not even close. Not even close. I think the grape might have been even more sour than those. But yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, that's just sweet.
Yep.
The number one a-hole from our friend in the mailroom.
Johnny Lawrence, the Karate Kid.
No.
Yep, agreed.
I don't even have him on my list because of that.
Yeah, like I said, I think the sensei was much bigger of an a-hole than Johnny was. Johnny's a punk kid, but
And like you said,
he was programmed by the master.
absolutely. Anything else to add with that? I mean, there's a lot written down there. That's why I was.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was
pausing.
basically they do talk about his redemption, you know, of leading the martial arts tournament showdown where naturally virtue triumphs. Johnny himself has an unexpected face turn when it turns out that he's as bullied by no mercy Vietnam vet Kreese's brutal tactics, but that doesn't stop Lawrence from playing dirty before he's given a long overdue just desserts in the form of Daniel San's clearly illegal crane kick to his face.
Clearly illegal.
All right.
My number one can be debated, and that's why I put it number one. So we could just debate it a little bit before we end the show. My number one is Jack Torrance. Here's Johnny from The Shining. Now, he was an a-hole. He was an a-hole to his wife.
Wasn't The Shining like in the 70s?
I don't know. In that time.
You're
period.
killing me, man. You're like, does the rules don't apply to you?
79.
The rules don't apply to you?
I didn't see it till the 80s, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
He was an a-hole to his wife.
He was.
He was an a-hole to his kid. 79.
1980.
80.
You got it in there. You got it in there. Well done, sir. I stand corrected.
Now, that could be debated for two things, two
Yeah.
reasons. Number one, he was possessed.
Yeah.
But I think he was an a-hole before that. Because he was an alcoholic.
Let me ask you a question. How do you, like, at the end, when it goes and pans over to the picture, and that picture's been around for decades, how
Reincarnated
Yeah.
was my look into it. He can't be a ghost because he produced a kid. So I think he was reincarnated,
Yeah.
possessed again. But either way, if you're possessed, you can't help that if you're an a-hole.
Right.
And he also had another problem. He had a drinking problem. So he was an a-hole
I
before
mean,
that.
he never missed his mouth, so can you call it a problem?
But he was definitely an a-hole.
All right. I think I've got you beat. You ready?
What was he typing on his typewriter over and over and over again?
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Makes Jack an a-hole.
Yeah. All work and no play makes Homer something. It's called the shinin. You want to get sued, boy. My number one.
Wait, before you...
Yeah.
Your number one, let's
Oh, yeah.
do something a little different.
Well, are we ever?
That was the same as the other one. It's just a
Okay.
different
All
flavor.
right.
This could possibly,
Dethrone that.
maybe. It doesn't even look good.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait a second. Eating multiple pieces within a short time period may cause a temporary irritation to sensitive tongues and mouths. There is a warning on the label.
Oh, boy.
There's a warning on the label, Brian. All right, cheers. No direction.
Oh! Ooh!
I'm out.
Oh, my God!
Clearly the winner.
Ooh!
Clearly the
Oh,
winner.
my God! I'm not shitting you. That is bad. Ooh!
Yeah. If these existed in the 80s, they'd be gleeking all the way across the classroom wall.
That is horrid. Why in the hell would anybody go into a store and buy those intentionally? As a dare. That's a great dare.
My kids...
Got to keep it in your mouth for a minute.
My kid loved those. They loved the Warheads. They come in multiple flavors. I just went with lemon because I knew those would be the worst.
We got to get another one of these, and the next guest we have on has to have it. They have to leave it in their mouth for a minute.
My mouth is still salivating.
That is not good. That is just number one kick. That was a double leg sweep.
Double leg sweep. It was a kick to the face, a crane kick to the face.
Let me take one of these up to the camera a little bit closer. Guys, do yourself a favor and stay away from that. Warning label on the back. Have you healed enough to give us your number one?
Yep.
I look forward to this. Give me the character name
The
first.
character name first? Which one? He plays 3 throughout the... He plays an a-hole in 84, 85, and 88.
Another multiple a-hole actor.
And that's why he gets top billing, because he plays
Same movie or
different franchises.
different franchises? Give me first one.
All right, 1984, Ghostbusters.
Okay, give me the second one.
1985, Real Genius.
Oh, he's got red hair.
Yeah.
I can never remember his
1988,
name.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Plays Walter Peck in
Yep.
Ghostbusters, Professor Jerry Hathaway in Real
Yep.
Genius, and Richard Thornburg in Die Hard, the news reporter.
He's always an a-hole. Just like
William Atherton is his name, and he is an absolute prick.
yeah,
I mean, just an absolute
time.
prick. You know?
yeah. You
You want to tell me
punch
what
him in the
happened?
face.
Well, everything was working fine here until Dickless here turned off the power grid. Is this true? Yes, this man has no penis.
He was.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I can't argue. That one with Biff would be number one. I could give you another a bonus. The principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Because he was an a-hole. in
He
that
almost
one.
he almost made my list, but I left him off that list because turns out he has a thing for children.
That's why I didn't put him.
He has a thing for children, so I'm not giving him any props.
No, he was also an a-hole in what's that Johnny Depp movie?
He wasn't really an a-hole in Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yeah.
He wasn't an a-hole. He was kind of like he was a downtrodden, like, I would say that the wife was more of the antagonist and bully, and he was just kind of beaten down, doing whatever it is that she said.
That's true, but he was definitely an a-hole in Ferris Bueller.
He definitely was. Yeah.
That was
Would you
fun.
like a gummy bear? They've been in my pocket, so they're nice and warm. I'd say Walter Peck is my number one on the mountain.
That was great. I can't argue with that.
So
I didn't have the number one, but I threw in a couple that were reaches, but did work pretty well.
I think you had a great list, and you definitely were off the beaten path. Yeah,
Absolutely.
And we give points around here for creativity.
Guys, that was fun. We're gonna have to pay the bills one more time before we end the video.
Yep, so basically, click on the link below to take you over to the House of Rags. Use promo code No Direction Detail to save your No Direction 10, excuse me. No Direction 10 is the promo code to save yourself some cheddar and to support the channel. And we really do truly appreciate the support. I know that contract renewals are going to be coming up here in a couple of months, and we'd love to keep doing this show because we love doing this. Again, if there is something that you want us to talk about, if there is something you want us to shove in our mouths,
What is that email for them?
that would be nodirectiondetail@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you ideas of what you want Mr. Bryan's neighborhood to be about, what kind of detailing conversations you want to have, what kind of subject matters you want us to discuss, and
The torture.
you want us to endure.
Absolutely. Thank you for spending some time with us. We love
Appreciate it.
hanging out with you guys. And we'll see you in the next episode.